cycle. What are some proper ancillaries to use on cycle in terms of what to do? Because we hear a lot of stories about Deca, we hear a lot of stories about excess estrogen from testosterone. So
you said 500 Deca, 500 test, right?
500, 500. Yeah. Typical cookie cutter run.
You know what's an old school rule of thumb, I guess, with testosterone and Deca? This is going back 20 years when I started, and I've applied this always. You want to run twice as much testosterone as Deca, and then you don't have to worry about Deca. And if you research it around the forums, it actually works. If you don't want to worry about Deca, you use testosterone with it, twice the amount. That's been my opinion and what I've experienced. I probably then wouldn't do 500. Maybe do 500, 250 if you really want a fairly high dose. 750 mgs of steroids per week is enough for anybody to grow on and make some good progress. You know, anybody. If you're already a huge guy and already have a ton of mass from using steroids throughout the years, yeah, maybe you might need more than that to make even more progress. But regular guy walking around wants to look good with his shirt off, 750, that's a good amount of juice for you to make some great gains, some great progress on. I would chop the Deca in half, start off with that. And the 500 makes a test that'd be real easy to navigate and not have a lot of issues and side effects with. Just a little bit of anti-E, you're good to go. If you got scalp issues, little, Nizoral shampoo, minoxidil, N2 shampoo, whatever, and you're good to go. It's fairly easy to navigate testosterone side effects. Deca, you get Deca, it's tough. It's not easy, and there isn't a one solution for it. And sometimes it lasts long after you cut the stuff out. So that's my suggestion. Just starting off, just restructuring the cycle form before even adding anything else on, in my opinion.
The thing is with Deca, all nandrolones, they metabolize into dihydronandrolone, which is DHN. So when that happens, that kind of swamps your dihydrotestosterone in the body, DHT, which is our sex hormone. So what I tell people who run Deca, and they've been doing this for years, you ask any of these old school guys in your gym who are in their 50s and 60s how they ran Deca, they'll all say they ran Proviron with Deca, because Proviron is a very, very pure DHT derivative. So that is a great way to combat the Deca. So if you're running a nandrolone, always run Proviron with it on cycle. And I say I'll do this a little different than you, Ricky V. I would let the Deca work the magic on this cycle. I'd run the testosterone low and run the Deca high with 50 milligrams a day of the Proviron, and let the Deca, that mild, low side effect compound that Deca has historically been and has turned into a monster in the past 10 or 15 years. Now everybody is scared of Deca. All these young guys, they want the whole zizzy body of physique, and the aesthetics. But Deca, if you ask anyone in their 50s and 60s, these aren't fat guys in your gym. They're just strong, muscular guys. They'll all say, man, we love Deca. But now ask any 25-year-old or 30-year-old, they'll say, oh, no, we're scared of Deca. So Deca gets such a bad rap because guys, they don't run it correctly. And I think in the 90s and 2000s, when we started on these forums, a lot of people started giving Deca a bad reputation because of the whole Deca thick thing. But I think the whole libido and erectile dysfunction thing is more of a product of other factors as much as you can blame the Deca for it. Because we've seen every middle-aged man needs Viagra or Cialis just to get it up these days.